What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Monday night. That means another Tales from the Flipside episode. We've got the market report. We've got pickups. We've got all the goodies. We also have some Loki talk. And is the market going crazy or what? Like cards, comics? Do we have a correction coming? We'll see.
Tales from the Flipside. Flipside.
What up, everybody? We got a full house tonight. We got the whole crew. Nico's here, Dino, Carter, and Big Leg. We got some fun stuff to talk about. Thank you for everybody joining us live. Please make sure to hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, all that fun stuff, so you guys get notified whenever we drop some good content. I think all the content we drop is pretty killer around here, and we've got some fun stuff coming. Hey, you guys, don't miss Dealer Flipside on Wednesday nights either. Killer show, lots of fun. Make sure you're there. All right. I say we get into the start. We got to talk a little bit about Loki first, right? Everybody kind of going crazy about Loki right now, and all these Easter eggs, or not just Loki, but MCU. I mean, we're going to get into Skaar talk later, but the Easter eggs and the Loki stuff are pretty funny to talk about, and all that stuff. But the big news that everybody is asking, is it Enchantress? Is it Lady Loki? I think we kind of know it's Enchantress now, right? Is that everybody's no?
Okay, so there's a split of opinion, at least from the Hollywood insiders. Obviously, her name is Sylvie, who would be the same name as the second Chantress. But the issue is whether or not they're going to actually have her be the Enchantress, or whether or not they're going to make her more of a composite character. So, to some extent, she is, in fact, a Lady Loki, to the extent that she is gender fluid. She's Eichel. To the extent that she has Enchantress's name and powers, she's Enchantress. So, I don't know if that means that you need to have all the books, or you don't want to have any of the books, or what the hell that means. But I know that the TV show is awesome, and I can't wait to watch the next episode.
Well, this was something interesting that I liked, and I don't know if it's part of the whole thing, but where they talk about how Sylvie in the comics is from Oklahoma. They did show Oklahoma in episode 1, right? She was in Oklahoma. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But I don't know. We'll see. Everybody's talking about this, including the Screen Rant and all the BuzzFeed. All the.
I just appreciate that you went through 23 slides on BuzzFeed to get that slide. So doing the effort, I like it.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. There's a lot of them, though, man. All kinds of Easter eggs. I know, Sean, you were talking about. There was a crazy one that I haven't heard many people talk about, and that is the Captain America.
Quite possibly.
Peggy Carter, right?
People thinking it was Peggy Carter sneaking in the portal. I guess in the in the first episode, but I didn't see anything about that actually until the last couple days. Maybe even this morning. So I looked up a little more. Our buddy Trey sent me an Instagram post of some guy with the slowed down the video, zoomed in and stuff like that. You can't tell. She's definitely got her haircut. You know what I mean? But that'd be her name's not in the credits, or the actress's name, obviously, isn't quite in the credits. So I'm not sure. But yeah, they can cross it over somehow to where was she? We know Cap screwed with her timeline, by going back, and screwed with his own timeline and everything like that. So I guess I think there's a whole something else that they could introduce and roll over with this. But yeah, no way to know for sure. But if you can, if there was a way to show the zoom in on it, like I found, it was there's that. So
very interesting right there.
Is it a reach? It could be a reach, but is anything a reach? Right?
Everything.
It's not Mephisto, right? So Nobody. And someone in the comments said nobody knows anything. And I think he's right. So.
Yep, it's all rumors right now, especially the one we're going to get into later, which is the biggest of all rumors right now, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the whole Peggy Carter thing. And I know, I'm shown. I don't even know if this website is even, worth showing. But some of these places just jump out here on the rumor wires quick. But there was a lot of fun stuff. I thought it was cool when they were showing all the different variants of Loki, and they showed him as the Frost Giant. Right, because he comes from the Frost Giants, right? Isn't his dad a Frost Giant? Am I wrong about that?
No, you're 100% correct.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So, and that was pretty cool to me seeing that. What was the point of him laughing when he died? Does anybody know that? There it is. Sorry, guys. Like, was that just him knowing that he's got nowhere to go, but either dying on his own timeline or dying in the TVA? Was that kind of the point?
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that yeah, definitely seems like the point. But I mean, him being Loki and god of mischief, master of disguise, deception, and the way I'm not gonna remember the exact words, but the way he described the difference in the ways that he protects his body and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, this guy, he's always looking for another out. He's always looking for something else. So you got to believe that he believes in himself, and he's looking to a higher goal right now for himself and his longevity somehow to walk through the universe still. And I'm sure he obviously feels like he can exploit the TVA. And, it wasn't even that hard to convince him that there were other Lokis out there.
Well, this is the crazy thing too. I've seen a lot of people like doing their homework on where all these different timelines are going, right? And you can see that gives them like events, that gives them locations and all this stuff. And people were trying to do deep dives on, what these timelines could be. And that was pretty interesting. There was a lot of, I think, grabbing out of thin air for that, but we'll see. One says Tokyo, Japan, New York, Titan, Ego, Finland, and I don't know what the last one is, but interesting stuff. So there's one. More Lady Loki stuff. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? I think everybody is kind of agreeing that shit is really, really good, right?
And for the record, I don't let me poo-poo or for anyone the Enchantress theory. I didn't sell those books. I got like 6 of them I dug out. That Young Avengers Dark Reign. I may be terribly wrong, but it's super interesting for me. I just don't know enough to make a decision one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, the other book that a lot of people are talking about right now, and we kind of talked a little bit about before the show, is the Skaar books, right? We kind of looked into a little bit about where this is coming from, and what
I blame Steve Horn.
Yeah. Shout out to Steve Horn, who's one of the smartest comic speculators in the game, and this is something that I think he kind of brought up a little bit on the pro spec list, right, Nico?
Yeah, several weeks ago, he got a hot tip that we were going to see Skaar in the God, what the hell's the name of that? Gamma Flight. Thank you. And was kind enough to tell us all go buy these books when they were dirt cheap. Some of us are less motivated than others. That'd be me. Some are more motivated than any of us could ever hope to be. That would be Carter. I got none. Carter, how many did you go snag?
I found one at least, and then I got some more, just kicking in the back.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you know how we do.
Yeah, I found one for $2 and let one of my friends tell me not to buy it and then listen to them. My other buddy had taken my phone so that he could use the Key Collector app, because he'd used the Key Collector app, you ready? Literally so long that his phone was fucking dead. And I'm like, you're embarrassing me. We make content for Nick. We don't rely on him. Like what the fuck are you doing? He's like, just give me the phone. And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude,
so,
homework, make some
legit,
list.
bro, legitimately. So I gave them my fucking phone, and then I'm like going through. You got the stack of books, right? I'm like, am I gonna take all of these? And then I was like, should I take this? That was like that Skaar one. I knew the other two were hot. I was like, I think this is a thing. I want to say it's like a $60 book. It's like, that was fucking stupid. And I'm like, all right, that was enough for me. He's actually also a member of our prospect list. Fuck my life. And yeah, so anyway, there's my funny story of how George pissed away, like, whatever, that book there on the right. But my question for you guys is, do any of you actually believe this bullshit about She-Hulk? Because I think it's like just nonsense.
No, not for a second, unfortunately.
It looks like the story originated from the direct.com, which I don't know if that's a thing one way or the other, and just got repeated, like so many of these stories do. The direct cites no source. I was like, I wonder if they watched Steve on the Prospect 10 list and just didn't understand what the fuck he was talking about. And then all of a sudden it became like MCU news that went viral or what. But the suggestion is that Skaar is going to appear in the She-Hulk TV series.
How?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lawyer comedy.
That makes no sense. I mean, Amadeus Cho could theoretically make a little sense. Skaar makes no sense whatsoever. Now, what may make sense is that we see Skaar in the new Kate's Hulk book, since he loves doing the father-son stuff. We already see him in the Gamma Flight book. Like, all that shit makes sense. It's a good spec book, but it ain't like a TV show fucking level spec book. It's like some fucking Donny Cates, I forget the name of the fucking 75 characters he made a thing because, they're not anymore kind of spec book. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
well,
anyway.
Hey, thanks for everybody that's joined us. We got 133 live viewers right now. We appreciate you guys. We see you all in the chat. Make sure to say what's up. And we're talking about these Skaar rumors right now. Everybody's kind of speculating on this character, going hard and heavy. Which is the book? Which is the first appearance? This and that. Getting back into the cameo, first appearance, first full BS. But the three books that people are talking about is World War Hulk #5, Skaar, Son of Hulk #1, and What If Planet Hulk #1. Now, What If Planet Hulk #1 and the World War Hulk #5 are more cameos, and I guess people are saying that the Skaar, Son of Hulk #1s are more first full.
Yes, that would be the one I threw back. And my takeaway is, don't throw it back like I did for $2, like a moron. But for the love of God, please don't spend fucking a gajillion dollars on this book. Sweet Jesus. And if I'm wrong, shove it up my ass, dude. Like, fucking hammer me on social media, please.
And
but
did you guys? I mean, honestly, I didn't read any Skaar. I don't know much about him.
I read the hell out of Planet Hulk, though.
So he was pretty heavy in Planet Hulk.
Well, that's where he comes from, right? It's the son of him and this chick right here, the chick that was in Planet Hulk. Okay. So, and Greg Pak had created him, right? It was all Pak. Yeah, Pak on Son of Hulk. What If? And
I like Greg Pak. Whatever happened to him?
He's great. And World War Hulk. So he created that character. That's for damn sure. Jeez.
Okay. Whatever happened to Greg Pak?
Well, let's call him.
Let's take a look.
Call him. Doesn't sound like he's busy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what the latest thing that he's done.
Get me in.
But yeah, so maybe, I don't know. I mean,
he did Met Cadet U. That was a big book for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, just got optioned, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
He did that. So not bad. Batman Superman was 2014. So 2017 is the Met Cadet U. 2020 he did the Stranger Thing book. 2019 he did New Agents of Atlas, War Realms. I can see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's our boy.
So yeah, Greg. Is it Pack or Pac?
Yep.
I don't know.
Pack.
For sure. Pack. All right, good.
Yep. So all right, you guys.
Like 2-pack?
Well, here, I'll do everybody a favor. Here's your quick. Take your photographic memories, put them in place, or your screenshots. Here are the books you want to look for in those dollar boxes or in those long boxes. World War Hulk #5, Skaar Son of Hulk 1, and What If Planet Hulk. There you go.
I remember tripping over those Skaar Son of Hulk #1s, first prints, variants, third prints, second prints. Tripping over them.
I got a feeling they're still out there.
I know.
They're going to be out there for a long time.
Here's your variants. So,
is that a second print sketch or is it a ratio?
This is a second print variant.
What about
this is a third printing variant.
Okay.
Second printing variant.
Well, nobody wants first print anymore. So
I know first prints are icky.
Dude, that's pretty dope.
God forbid it came out first as an actual first appearance. Who wants those?
That's really good right there.
Of course, they print third print.
Yeah, who drew that?
Is it? Let's take a look here. It should say up here. Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It's fucking gorgeous.
It is. It's
Looks like
really
some,
good.
Boris Vallejo shit.
Julie. It might be Julie.
Is it Julie Bell?
It might be. It might
get
be.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Watch this. Hold on. I'll get really close on the Julie 2008.
Oh.
There you go.
Right.
Not bad. That's a dope cover. It looks like Conan.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it looks like Conan. Not bad. I wish Dino was here because Dino was telling this sick story about Ric Flair that I didn't know about. And you guys might know about it. Did you guys hear about this? The Ric Flair?
It's tremendous. I don't want to run it either. Yeah, I'll screw it
no,
all
he
up.
just got on here and said he had a Ric Flair thing, and then he did.
Yeah.
So, no. What the?
It was such a good story.
And just be like, nah.
Yeah. Here we go. So supposedly Ric Flair was looking for, is it this one? I think it's this one, right? This is the one that he came out with on when he went over to WCW, right? And he came out with on Nitro. And supposedly they this is like one of the biggest things that wrestling fans have been looking for forever, right? And they just lost. Nobody knows where it's at. It got lost after the event. People didn't know. And I guess it says here, the 72-year-old WWE legend has worn countless robes during his nearly 4-decade career. The sparkly threads are a hot commodity for collectors, even drawing interest from Hootie and the Blowfish frontman Darius Rucker. The singer once paid $35,000 for a white robe with Rick's nickname Nature Boy written on the back.
I love it.
It says here, while some of the costume pieces have survived over the years, many are missing. This includes Rick's famous butterfly robe, which he wore during the WWE debut at Royal Rumble in '92. The last time the robe was seen on television was in '95 during the taping of WCW Nitro. It was stolen out of a hotel. I gave it to security at the hotel, and they put it behind the desk in the lock room or whatever it was. Rick tells people they came in the morning to pick it up and leave it for the airport, and it was not there. Back then, it was just a in the infancy of cell phones, and I'm taking off for another city. Never saw it again. Well, supposedly they found it, right? And some guy had it, and eventually realized it was worth something and sold it for like $10,000 on eBay.
He put it up on eBay. It was apparently gone like that.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Boy.
Which is crazy.
He thought he was rich until it hit the news the next day, huh?
Yeah.
Poor fucker.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So not only did that happen, the dude who bought it, I'm trying to find the story, and I'm just, here we go. Let's see here. No, the dude who bought it supposedly traded it and $60,000 for another robe.
And a pair of boots.
And a pair of boots. Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen, this stuff is crazy. I mean,
well, there's that new TV show now. Is that how this all happened?
Yes. Yep. What is it called?
Oh God, I don't know.
Hidden Treasures or something. WWE Hidden Treasures or something like that.
Yeah, it was cool though. I wish that Marvel would do something similar.
Yeah. They found it. Code Red Comics, thank you. They found it in West Virginia, Nico.
Well, fuck me. All right.
Of course they did.
When I was a little kid, so I was like a huge Road Warriors fan. I mean, I fucking loved them. Okay. And they came to the small town that I live in, Wheeling, West Virginia, and they were drinking heavy at a place called the Cork and Bottle, which was like, it was like a fucking a kind of a lightweight, rougher bar at night. My dad got wind of it and with one of his friends, and they went down to go see Ric Flair, right? So my father, who like was always involved in like state government and is just like an old Italian guy, like he wore a fucking suit and tie like to garden. You know what I mean? Just like black socks, dress shoes, the whole nine. Was going to try to ask these guys for an autograph for his young, dumb boy, me. They picked the fucking dude up, not my dad, some other guy that went over to ask them for a fucking autograph, over their head and slammed him through a fucking table. So my dad, thinking this was hilarious because he's fucking, got a good sense of humor like me, goes to because he knew the people that owned the bar and calls me. He's like, so remember how I was going to try to get you that autograph? And tells me this story. No autograph.
Yeah. Oh man, that was fun back in the day. I remember I went to a couple events back in the day here in Phoenix at the Memorial Coliseum, which was where the Suns played forever. By the way, I see the people in the chat. I see Magic Man giving Big Leg some shit about them clips.
I ain't scared. You guys had a week off, dude. They're going to need Kawhi Leonard eventually, though.
This is the only time I think we ever have a chance at winning. I mean, I don't see us ever having, everybody's been hurt this year. Like, I don't see the Suns ever, and I know Book's going to be gone. Chris Paul's gone next year. Chris Paul's going to the Lakers, no doubt. So I don't think they have even, they got to do it this year.
I don't think anybody wants to be a Laker anymore.
I think Book does.
We'll see.
Yeah. When you're a Kobe fan, like that big of a Kobe fan, I think that's a dream, right? But who knows?
It wasn't for the two dudes from California that play on the Clippers, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So
yeah.
They could have if they wanted to.
You're right. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. The second that Game 7 was over, I got a message from Big Leg. I forget what. Let me see what it says. It said something.
I think I asked you if you're ready.
Yeah, he goes, "You ready?"
Saturday night was fun.
Oh man, there was some. Listen, I haven't watched basketball in 10 years, bro. I shit you not. Haven't been to the game in 10 years. There's just no reason for me to watch it out here. And Suns in 4 made that happen. So thank you to the Suns in 4 guy.
Yeah, that dude's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for him and for you, but nobody else.
Yeah. Well,
the rest of you can suck it.
Yeah, right. The funny thing is, did you guys see the Suns in 4 figure?
Yeah, it's like a few grand or something like that.
Yeah,
it's a 1-of-1 blister pack, or no, that's not what they call it. Yeah, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah, I gotta find it.
Pack. The dude made a 1-in-1 Suns in 4 guy action figure.
Yeah, this is crazy. So here you guys go.
Kung Fu grip action.
So supposedly, I'm looking to see if they have a link for it, but yeah, it's a 1-of-1. He signed the back, Suns in 4.
And he signed it. Oh, I was gonna say that he gets some royalties, but if he signed it, he's definitely getting royalties.
Here we go. Here's the auction. Let's see here. It's holy cow, $6,100, 94 bids, ladies and gentlemen.
If they win tomorrow, it might go for 10 grand on Wednesday.
Buy it now and flip it, you guys.
Oh, sure.
Get this guy to sign it. That is great, man. That is great. Make money any way you can, gentlemen. Make money any way you can.
They had him on the screen. They gave him a complimentary ticket. They showed him on the screen, and then everybody's erupting. And I saw it was like Barstool had tweeted or Instagram or something a picture of his ass, just out there, just hype with everybody, and then just throwing up just people in line going down the aisle to take pictures with this dude. And then there's all these fights after the game. And they give us public service announcement about we thought better of our fans, And it's like you invited a dude to whip someone's ass on the road, gave him VIP tickets, put him on the big screen like 10 times, right? As the Sons of War guy. Although he didn't start that fight from what you could see. So
yeah, it was definitely two Clippers fans.
Eddie definitely. What?
Is that the next governor of Arizona?
No, that was Denver. That wasn't him. That was Denver fans.
No, did you see the new fights?
Huh? I didn't see any other fights.
Oh, okay, I'll show you the new fights. Yeah, there was some new fights.
Not with him though, right?
No.
Sons of War. It was pretty epic. I'll give him that.
Yeah. There was a Here we go. Let's find it. Clippers and Suns after game one. Fight after game one. Let's do this.
The fucking Suns. Dino wasn't on the show, and that's how we lost the channel. we're now selling comic books on the What's Not app with Brian Wood and Jack DeMeo. Would you like to buy my Marvel Comics Presents number 77?
Dude, I saw some
$6
on there for a good price, dude.
Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
I was logging in. I saw people selling dollar bin shit for like $20.
Wow, fucking amazing.
By pure auction too, not by people asking $20.
I think that's what Jesse and everybody on Facebook does too.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. Well, listen,
it looks like a bad idea.
Flynn's Ghost says, looks like Leg rearranged his shelves, moved most of the Masters Universe stuff. Is that the case?
If you want to know why, follow my Instagram and my hashtag there, because I've been actually taking a bunch of pictures of the different shit and trying to do a little Instagram series. So the last and I'm trying to do a different post every day, and so I can't really. The light in here is not conducive for pictures. So
look at Leg.
So that's actually
fucking embracing IG.
Hey, you know what? Nice. Summertime, and I was like, well, we're running up. We're finally getting a series. I'm really excited. I was beyond epic to be able to get Dave on the show last week, and so got a little fire lit with some of my slabs and stuff. And,
and this is like one series, but aren't they doing a couple more too? Right?
I mean, I'm not exactly sure what's gonna go on. I mean, they've only announced the 1 through 4.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about like the TV series, right? Because they're doing.
I assume they're going to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think there's actually like a live action one that's in the works as well. I don't know. Like
the live action's been on and off. I was actually privy to what the live action was going to be, and it was even more of a prequel, and it was fucking horrible. And thank God it got shit canned. Okay. And I have no idea if that's anything I'm allowed to repeat. But so I'm not going to do that. And this was like a year, 2 years ago. I finally heard it was going to be, and it got shit canned. There wasn't going to be a lot of Masters of the Universe in it. Let's put it that way. And so so there's been a bunch of things in the work over the years. This is the most excited because they're doing the right thing. They're actually going to fight. Like they said, the team that did the fight scenes for what was it? Was it for Castlevania or something?
Castlevania, which was excellent.
They put that together. You got Kevin Smith rolling with it and stuff like that. So I'm just excited for it to get its due and have some fun. I'm excited about the comics and it being, I like the Injustice versus Masters Universe. I really liked the Masters Universe and Thundercats. I thought was great, and the art was great. Freddie Williams is fucking killer on that stuff. And he even sells some of the OA on his website. Just really excited that they're actually going to do this. Of course, excited that Wilkins is gonna get now 4 covers. It's going to be 3, so he's got this one, and then I don't know if you have access to his number 2, which is the only other one that's released, but it's freaking insane. The only thing is, Dark Horse needs to wake up because all these store variants, they wouldn't let anybody do any virgins or anything like that. And if you look at this, it needs a virgin. Not all of them do, but I mean that's across Skeletor's eyes. I mean, it looks great as it is, but like you definitely would like. That's one I'd like to put next to a virgin. So man, this is So that's why there's some MOTU stuff that I couldn't reach up there. The other stuff I've just been taking some pictures and stuff like that, and haven't reached to put it all back. So I got some filler stuff that was laying around the room on the shelf behind me. There's still some Skeletors on the top shelf. That's covered. That's number 2.
Try that gorgeous.
On. Oh. Try that on. Try that on. That is absolutely insane.
I'd buy that as a print.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
And, yeah. And there should be signings with Dave coming up as well for these Master Universe books. Definitely for the wanted comic book. So yeah, it's a lot of cool shit going on. I'm really excited about it. I thought I'd throw it in the hat there and just like sort of promote it, just because it's something honestly I've just enjoyed over the years, straight up. Like it's pure fanboy shit that I'm doing.
Well, speaking of wanted comics, on Drunken Chat the other night, he let us debut a new cover for HaHa number 6, and for a lot of people that might not realize it, HaHa number 6 and Ice Cream Man are. Let me see if I can get this to open here. What's going on? Hold on. Okay, so HaHa number 6 and Ice Cream Man are getting ready to merge universes. From what it seems, does that sound right, you guys? Because a lot of these issues, these exclusives that are coming out for HaHa number 6, I saw Hive Comics had one also. They had the 2 characters on it. So I think everybody kind of had the idea that they were going to merge these universes, right? They were so similar and they just seemed perfect to merge. And if you're going to merge the universes, you do it like this: Spy versus Spy, old school Mad Magazine, right? And Drew said that he had this on his mind for a while. Like, this is something that he really liked and growing up, was the Spy versus Spy stuff. And like, you can't get any better than that, right? Here's the characters from Spy versus Spy. So very cool.
Oh, yeah.
HaHa number 6.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I can't beat it. I grew up on Mad. You know, getting a Mad one a few years ago was always a big deal to me. In a decent price range for having a nice cover was kind of my criteria. You know, I prefer a very fine or better, but tough to find. So Drew's, I don't know, sort of like the same stuff. So doing that Spy vs. Spy, I thought was great.
Yeah. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't get much better than that. And by the way, we can't not say John Gallagher did it. Like, John Gallagher has been killing all these HaHa covers. Shout out to John. I mean, it all started with this beauty. I hope he outdoes this one, but I don't know if he can, because it's so damn good. Like, this is one of the best covers I've seen in comics in a long time. When I first saw it, I said that. Period. Yeah. And if you guys want to complete the set, you need to go score yourself this one, HaHa number 6, which is a great Spy versus Spy cover. Now, that being said, something that we talked about before the show that we thought that Drew said, hey, this might be interesting to talk a little bit about, and that is Mad Magazine number 60, which is the first appearance of Spy versus Spy. Not a lot of people know this. This is kind of interesting. This is original art, right? This is the original art for the first time Spy versus Spy was put in Mad Magazine, which is Mad Magazine number 60, which is this cover right here. It's the Richard Nixon, and then I think the back has Kennedy on it. So you get the one with Kennedy and the one with Richard Nixon. But this kind of blew me away. This was in 2006. Sold in 2006. I don't know how to see.
You'd have to sign in with your PayPal. I don't know if you want to do that on screen.
Yeah. If anybody has a heritage, I would love to know what this sold for in 2006. This Spy vs. Spy. Now, Antonio Prohias, is that how you say it? Now, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, I don't know how you say it.
Okay. Now, he was a Cuban. He was from Cuba. I think he left Cuba when what's his name? God damn it, I'm space. Castro. Thank you, sir. When Fidel Castro took power over there, and he came over here to try and sell his wares as an artist, and he eventually found his way over to Mad Magazine, and you can kind of tell that these characters are based off of like that whole like kind of like government spook type thing.
The way they tell the story is that he reached out to Sergio Aragonés and sort of assumed that he spoke English better than him. That turned out not to be the case, as the story is told. But Gaines hired them both. You know what I mean? And Argonis was already working there, and that's how we got lucky with EC, and Mad Magazine publishing both of their works.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, and Mad Magazine did that with a lot of great artists, and like they kind of had their finger on the political pulse a little bit, I think. So, pretty interesting, really cool stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. Go score you one of those.
And the Gaines copies. So Gaines had. I'm not going to go into the full story here, but Gaines, worked also at EC Comics, which is actually EC, which also published the first Mad. So he kept copies of like everything that was produced. So any of the PCH books from EC that you see that are 9s and above, there's a good chance that they were Gaines file copies. Yeah, so it's this stuff. So it's just insanity. They opened up his closet. They pulled all these out. They're all packaged out of the dark, wrapped up and stuff like that. And so it just happens. And so to me, I got Mad. My first Mad issue was number 265, and it's Garbage Pail Kids issue.
Nice.
And they've got fake Garbage Pail Kids on the back and stuff like that. I still have it. And I literally got it because it was this funny looking dude, Alfred E. Newman, who half-assed looks like a Garbage Pail Kid in the first place. And so, I thought it was funny. I'm going to be honest. This was probably, 86 or 85 or something like that. And, being 6, 7, 8 years old, something like that. I'm not sure that I completely, I could tell you that I understood all of the Ness political humor, but I don't understand the movie stuff and things like that. And it kind of helped me to read better, to be honest with you. And I didn't miss an issue after that. I love the cartoons. So the Spy vs. Spy, any of the Mad stuff, I really enjoyed. So to me, it was important that I added, also because it was cheaper, but it meant more to me, that I add Gaines file copies to my collection of Mad. So I got a 9.4, and then somebody was putting up cheap 9.8s on a consignment website one day, and I was like, "What the hell is Mad 9.8?" And the website didn't list it unless you clicked on it that it was a Gaines file copy. It was super cheap. I mean, like $50 or something like that. So I probably spent like $200. Yeah, that's how they came out of his thing. See, wrote was on there. So yeah, so I have 2 of the books that came out of those, and that's the 9.4 was probably like $200, and the 9.8 was, I don't know, 50. I could look it up, probably 50 or something like that. But it was dirt cheap comparatively, and I didn't care what it was. It was Mad Magazine and 9.8, and it says Gaines file copy on it. Like you're great. I'm just you can't pick and choose exactly the ones I want, but I had to. But there's no way I'm gonna pass up what it is. So I am kind of happy to have two books literally out of his brown package closet collection that he did that he put together for the world to enjoy. So look up Gaines file copies, especially if you're a Mad fan, and to have one that William Gaines owned. I mean, you can't beat it.
So Big Remo says, remember the folding back page? We all do. And to me, this is the greatest folding back cover out of the whole run. This is a Frazetta Ringo Starr back cover for Bletch hair conditioner and shampoos. And it's very hard to find in good condition, obviously, because most of them have creases, the fold creases on the back. So for all you Frazetta fans, this is an amazing, and I'll let you guys go do your homework on which issue this is, but it'll make it more fun that way. But this is a really, really cool piece. So we love Mad Magazine,
and not expensive either. Like none of these books are expensive.
Yeah, and that's the best part, you guys. That's, I think, finding these things that we don't know about and we at least don't remember about half the time is the fun about doing content like this and watching other content like this. We all want to find those new things that we don't know about. It could be some crazy niche collecting thing that grabs you one of these days, and Mad Magazine is definitely one. As a matter of fact, one of my best friends, his grandfather had a Mad Magazine number 1 through I think up through 75 or something like that, 1975. And he was the original Mad Magazine fan club president. Yeah. So awesome. Lots of old school Mad Magazine fans out there. Really cool.
And so much 70s underground stuff, everything else. Like I found from when I was a kid, one of the things I threw on the wall that I had finally found that I'm looking for in all my stuff is a Robert Williams Thrasher cover that I bought off the stands in whatever it was, 85 or something like that.
Hell yeah.
And I've looked for I have my own copy, which it does mean more, I guess, but I've sort of looked for like a nice, like a really super clean one, just because I'm a weird comic book guy. So you know what I mean? You always want to upgrade even though it's your own thing. But yeah, that's literally the issue right there that turned me on to Robert Williams and a lot of the lowbrow art and things like that as a kid.
Yeah. I think that magazine collecting is one of the funnest things to collect. I think it's super undervalued. I think a lot of magazines are way too undervalued. I always bring up Warrior #1. A lot of cool magazines out there and fun to collect. And now that more companies are grading them, it's pretty cool. So, all right. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about, we waited for most people to get here tonight, is the crazy comic market, and not just the comic market, the whole collectibles market, cards, comics, everything. It's just absolutely bonkers right now. George, I'm trying to find your Marvel Spotlight stuff that you sent me. Do you have that? Where was that? There. So basically, a Marvel Spotlight #5 recently sold for absolutely ridiculous amounts. It sold for what, $264,000 about 4 days ago.
That's correct. I'll send you the images now, buddy.
Yeah. So that is an absolute all-time high for that book. Absolutely crazy. People are. Let me bring it up here. Download. All right. People are going crazy talking about this right now. And there we go. Download. Jesus.
So the 9.8, right? So there's 5 copies. There's 5 copies four copies, excuse me, on the census. So there's 4 9.8s of this book, iconic cover.
And for the record, there were 3. Brian Weedman told us on, I can't remember if it was off screen or on screen, that when they were doing the Promise collection and the feature auction, that they subbed this book.
Really?
Like the guy, whoever's got the other 3, Nick Cage, Keanu Reeves, I don't know, whoever's got them, right? Like, they're not selling them. And then they subbed this 9.8 Lunatics, and here it is.
Wow. So yeah, so I love it. I mean, it's not my wheelhouse, that's for sure. Right. But like, I mean, I don't think that's terrible with what we're seeing, man. I really don't.
Well, the last one sold, the last 9.8 sold in 2016 for $48,500.
See, that's what I'm saying. That the inflation on other books are more than 5 times the amount, you know, and that's basically what, 5.1 or something times. Like, so yeah, I just doesn't sound that outrageous to me if you're gonna make a comic book investment, you know.
It's funny here. The old guard, right? Talk about this book as being like, that's like a C-list first appearance. I'm thinking to myself, like, there was multiple Hollywood movies. He's the most beloved character, arguably, of the 90s, other than maybe the Punisher and Wolverine, right?
Venom.
Like Venom. Like, we all grew up with him. Like, but he wasn't on the B squad. Like, like A-list player, right? So yeah, I'm with you.
Those same guys say the same thing about Iron Man, though.
Well, about everything. They say about
everything. There you go.
Like that damn Robert Downey Jr. I don't know why everybody likes the Iron Man. I'm like, Jesus.
What's what? Is that a legit pick? What's the?
This is the legit pick right here. This is.
So what's the seal next to the grade or whatever?
I don't know. That's interesting. Let's take a look if we can see here. It says Gary Frederick, Roy Thomas story. I don't know what that is.
Who's that YouTube guy that puts stickers on his books? Is
that a Reggie Collect sticker?
That's the Reggie Collect sticker. Yeah. He's
Well,
the
cool.
Northeast Ohio sports cards guy. Put it on there.
Yeah.
And then
Looks like the Teamsters logo.
could be it.
Man.
It's Mason iconography. I saw it on an episode of Loki. The TV.
Oh, maybe they had to do it. I mean,
Dude, you need a time machine to get these fucking books. Like, I mean, good God, man, it's a black cover. I just don't understand how they unearth these things.
Yeah, it presses well. It just hasn't lasted well. You know what I mean? And the same thing. This is always another one of those books that I always figured you could always find. You can find a beater for $200 to $400 all the time.
Anna,
you know what I mean?
Speak of the devil, there is the old guard. When are you coming on the show? We miss you. We need a little bit of help here.
Yeah.
Oregon collection. It has a pedigree. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
For those of you guys that don't know, this is
then why is it blue label? Aren't pedigrees all silver label?
Black these days. Yeah. So I don't know.
Silver, gray, whatever.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this.
It just got graded before that, I guess.
Is that the copy that sold?
Yes, this is the copy that sold right here.
So does that mean that they didn't auction the one that they subbed? The 9.8
I'm not
that they
sure.
subbed?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Gonna have to reach out to Weedman. Am I
we are.
maybe I'm hallucinating? Maybe he didn't say that to me.
Yeah.
Or does I've been wrong before?
By the way,
what's going on.
I do want to give a quick shout out for those of you guys that don't know Anna Love. This is one of the big dogs. The big dogs. There's always a bigger dog out there, and Anna Love is the bigger dog. So
yeah, I was gonna say who's bigger than her. For
Yeah.
the record, her IG is brilliant. Her Facebook is brilliant. She's got better books than anybody I've ever seen, but is like kind to a fault and is nice enough to teach constantly about stuff.
Yeah. So make sure you go follow her on IG. Just really killer stuff. And this is the one that always gets to me. Look at that. Sitting in these old. Yeah. So anyways, Anna Love is here. That's the IG. Make sure you guys go give her a follow. She's the big dog. But anyways, let's get back into, let me find that goodness. Where is it? Marvel Spotlight number 5.
It started. Shit started to pop out of the woodworks too. So some people are sort of waiting for this thing to go a little bit. I know some of the hangouts that we're in, people are like, well, this is logical to follow, to a degree. It probably won't ever be. I don't think it'll ever be 181, but it'll follow sort of that trajectory at least, as far as sort of over the years. And that some of the lower grade ones and things like that weren't necessarily following suit the way some of the other books have. But I noticed, I think people started listing 9.2s at 40, 50 grand. There was a 9.0 up for 10 grand, and I think it jumped from 6 grand to 10 grand as soon as that sell for the 9.0.
There was a
so the rising tide's lifting the boats on this.
Yeah, there was a 9.0 that my buddy had, Greg Carter, Anna's friend, right? He didn't tell me about it. He told me about it after it was gone. I'm like, Greg, you buried the lead. That was the book you didn't tell me about. You just telling me about this, that, and the other. Gone.
That's one of my best purchases ever. I got a 9.0 for $800 with white pages. Woo. It's the thing is, her first copy I got was mid grade. I don't think I graded it. I don't know what I did with it, but it was like Thanksgiving visiting my grandma. I came home with like this, an X-Men 1, a Daredevil 1. It was kind of dumb. And it was from a comic store. They were all raw. None of them were super high grade. The X-Men came back a 1.0. Sold it because I thought I could always upgrade, and that never happened. But I remember the first night I came home with this thing, and I sat down. And I had never read it before. I was like, this is a good-ass story, man. Like, I knew the story by reading synopsises of the story. But, this was a long time ago. So, I never had a copy in my hands or a facsimile copy. And I guess I never had anything else like to sort of read. It's a good story. It's straight. It's absolutely legit. So, obviously, I think Marvel Spotlight 6 through 10 is going to go up. Ghost Rider 1. Already has been going up, so that's just gonna jump again.
6 is cheap.
Yeah, six is cheap.
I don't know.
I have
I
a
don't
really
know if
nice
it's
copy
cheap
of 6.
today, for the record, but it was cheap a while ago, like a week ago, a month ago.
Yeah. It's just gonna go up, but that's great. I'm glad to see this.
Okay, so does this mean that okay, back in the day, it was Hulk 181, that was the top, and then second was Amazing Spider-Man 129.
129, right? Yeah.
And then it was like whoever else. So now it's so Marvel Spotlight number 5 is the number 2 Bronze Age book now. Is that what that means?
I think so.
Because I swear, like 129 is just like in the dust of Werewolf by Night, 32. What the hell? What else? What's the other Bronze Age first appearance? Shoot. Tomb of Dracula 10. It's like almost
129 and 210 are the only two that I think have like an inch left.
Yeah,
right.
It's like you can squeeze like
the clock's ticking on them both too.
Yeah.
129 9.8 sold 4 days ago for $41,000.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody talking about 35-cent variants.
We're not talking about that. No, not at all.
Like
Iron Fist 14, 9.8, 35-cent. Shit on all of them, and they'll be like, "Wait, what happened?" Y'all, because people used to have to pay 5
Is there a 9.8
on Iron Fist 14? I've definitely never seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the census is super small. I don't even know if there is a 9.8. There's one copy that was like listed on eBay in the last like 2 years, and it was promptly removed.
In 9.8? Not 9.8.
No. In any fucking condition.
No, they come up. It's one of my safe searches.
It's one of my save searches. We're gonna have to talk about this.
I bet, dude. They come up in such like to me, considering like things that I want to invest in and the prices that's at, like that's just not. That's not. I mean, to me, that's not in my. Other than like a very low grade copy or probably not even mid grade. That's not in the mid my wheelhouse of what exactly it's a little bit niche. There are no 9.8s in Iron Fist 14. There are 4.96s, 3.94s, 7.92s, 4.90s, 9.85s, 7.80s, and then not very many under that. There's only 64 graded copies, period. 64 plus 5 SS. Jeez. So 69 graded copies of 35-cent variant for Iron Fist 14.
So, Zach, you brought up the Promise collection, and no, trust me, we didn't forget about it. It definitely is something we talk about on this channel a lot. The Promise collection is our favorite thing to talk, one of our favorite things to talk about, and we have a show every Thursday night that you can find called Old School Comics, which is a really good place to kind of, if you guys don't know much about old school, or if you want to catch the bug, which you definitely will after watching Old School Comics on Tales from the Flipside, that's for sure. So make sure you guys just go on over to Tales from the Flipside. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, but you can find Old School Comics around here somewhere. We put out here we go, Old School Comics. This was the other week. I think George, you guys had Stray Flexin on.
Yeah, dude, listening to Josh Allen at Pee Wee something or another on IG and Stray Flexin talking to one another about like Golden Age books and Golden Age foreign books was so entertaining. I could do it like every day of my life. They just kept showing one another shit that like I'd never seen before, that they'd never seen before. It was awesome.
Yeah. And one of the things that we're going to do our best, we've already talked to Brian about it. We're going to try and have Brian on after every sale to try and come on and talk more about what's coming, what's sold, the craziness, all that stuff. So
yeah, and hopefully we can get Anna on.
Yes. She knows there's a spot waiting for her over there. So,
yeah,
but
whenever.
Yeah. Craziness, absolutely craziness. But some of the things we talked about, the Marvel Spotlight 5 going crazy, ridiculous money, right? And people are seeing just up arrows on comics still, but where you're seeing down arrows is on cards. Cards right now, a lot of people are talking market correction in cards. A Michael Jordan PSA 10 rookie sold for $700 something thousand a couple months ago at a Ken Golden auction. A PSA 10 recently went up for auction on PW Pre-War Card Collectors eBay account, and it sold for $180,000. To which it looks like PWCC went and had the eBay go in and say there was an issue with the sale. Now, it's this is from Darren Rovell on Twitter. He says PWCC says the 86 Fleer Michael Jordan rookie auction this week, which resulted in a 5-month low for the card at $180,000, has been declared invalid.
True.
So, two scary things here. One, that's not right. Could you imagine being the guy that won it for $180,000, thinking that you just walked into $500K?
Yeah. So what's the deal there? Tell me again, why did they declare it invalid?
Fuckery afoot. That's what it is, right? I mean, they haven't said. So PWCC put out a statement saying eBay experienced a site issue during a recent flash auction of an 86 Fleer Michael Jordan PSA 10, which caused
Can I, as the one guy who sues motherfuckers for a living on the panel, let whoever know there will absolutely be a civil lawsuit about all of this, and someone is going to pay. I guarantee it. Oh,
yeah,
dude.
So, if PWCC has been one of the two biggest bidders biggest auction people. Who's that? Where's that coming from? Oh, it's Sean. Sorry. I thought it was coming from me.
Sorry.
No, you're good, brother. I was like, what the fuck is that? PWCC is one of the biggest eBay auction houses, along with Probstein, right? So let's look at PWCC, some of their recent high sales. Look at these sales recently.
Oh, could this have anything to do with the reason eBay is changing all their bidding shit? Like,
that's a great question.
You can't retract bids.
Can we be
can we be
real precise about this? Have you not experienced horror stories with eBay? Like, when I say that I think there is fucking fraud everywhere, I don't mean like, Bob thinks that comic book should be $25 and I only think it's $1 bin book. Like, I mean, like, you get people that like win auctions that don't pay for them in an effort to like manipulate GPA prices. You get people buying books and then fucking sending their buddy money back on PayPal. I mean, it breaks my heart. I hope that if it's going on at the low level that I fucking operate in, Lord only knows what's happening, what some of these bigger guys are experiencing. I mean, the story behind all of this is going to be fascinating.
Yeah,
they're going to have to say something.
Yeah, well, I mean, so the software glitch, something can't get anything. I mean, eBay has had problems lately. I'll say that. Like, as far as we all know that when they switched over their categories, best offers weren't working. Like, we just couldn't. A lot of us couldn't answer best offers, and I couldn't figure out why on some things until I just I talked to you guys, my friends, and I realized that they weren't accepting best offers, but it was a glitch. At the same time, somebody's I don't know, something like this. It could be crazy. Like, if you won it, I would be pissed off, but if it was real and the high bidder was a shill bidder and didn't have $180,000 to be able to bid on this. I mean, I don't know. I've never spent $180,000 on anything but a house before, so I don't know.
Yeah, that one would have been worth a call, though, wouldn't it?
That took a while to go through. You know what I mean? With years of documentation of my earnings and wife's earnings and such. So like, could I don't know, could someone with a 5 eBay account, or I mean, like, could I bid $500,000 on something? I don't know the answer. So it could work in either of the way.
Don't you need like authenticated on a lot of these larger eBay things?
Well,
I think so, but I don't know. I don't know the answer. That's kind of what I'm asking. I'm not sure.
You guys are talking about the way eBay does stuff, and recently eBay just put out another
Today.
policy change. Yeah, so shout out to people that saw that, where it says effective July 29, 2021, we are updating our eBay money back guarantee policy for trading cards by changing the time frame for buyers requesting a return when the item doesn't match the listing. If the seller doesn't offer returns, you must request a return no later than 3 calendar days after delivery instead of 30 days to return an item when it doesn't match the listing. Also, if the seller offers returns, you must request a return within the seller's return window as stated in the listing. While you may notice the absence of eBay money back guarantee badge from trading card listings, these items will still be covered under eBay money back guarantee as long as all eligibility requirements are met, including return windows outlined in the policy. So eBay is they're trying to reduce the fraud that you see, like especially like if a player gets hurt and now your card is worth half the amount that you just bought 6 days ago and you're still within the return window. There's all kinds of stuff like that. If a player like Jared Kelenic is a stud baseball prospect, was the number one prospect in the world for a couple years in a row. He gets called up and he has a stellar couple games, just crazy numbers, and then he goes 30 games where he doesn't do shit, and they send him back down to the minors. Now people were paying 10 times the amount for his card 2 days before or 3 days before. So when stuff like that happens, it makes people beyond pissed. And will we be seeing the same type of thing coming in comics?
I should have sold my Bulls last year.
They'll still be worth something, brother.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. But I pulled him out and I was like, wait a second, what if he is a second coming? And almost comic book speculation is almost easier than sports speculation because like it's actually based on performance, not I don't know. Things pan out right in front of your eyes every single day, much less over the months where you wait for a new issue or something like that. That was actually my question, and that's why I posted that email in the Hangout today, because I really hope that they would start to take that into consideration. You got 3 days to figure it out, not 29 days to be like, oh, you know what, I wanted a near mint book, but this isn't near mint, even though it's not listed as near mint or anything like that. Maybe. So I happen to, we see it all the time. My listings are pretty transparent. I don't always have a ton of them up. I list a lot of slabs, and I take a lot of pictures. Usually 8 to 12 pictures per book. And I really think that they would like to do this for us. The thing is, this goes to show what a redheaded stepchild we are to cards. You know what I mean? Like, this makes sense for us, man, but we're not doing as much business as they think we're doing business,
Bro, you mean now that we're listed like fucking eBay used books on Amazon used books on eBay?
Oh,
drive me fucking nuts.
It's so bad, but then they have 50 identifiers that you can type in on the bottom, and I'm like, I don't have fucking time for that. Can't I just pick the Avengers category, Modern Avengers? It's it's something like that, or Silver Wolverine, not Silver. There's no Silver Wolverine, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly, man. I don't know. We'll see. One thing at a time. I think it is good that they are doing it to a degree for the cards people. Hopefully, they're gonna go on to the other collectibles like that, and I think we're even more. I don't want to say subjective, but a card has a front and a back. Okay, I'm not pretending it's easy to grade cards. I'm not good at it. I haven't honed my skills at it. But I've practiced grading comics for people and with my own eyes off eBay, my own eyes off wherever, and then sending them in on books that I think should be sent in. And comics have 24 pages, a front cover, a back cover. Weird smells and different colors. It's way more difficult. And so, I don't know. I hope that do something to back us up one of these days, man. And I feel like they haven't completely done that.
Yeah, for sure. We'll probably be seeing something coming. But speaking of all this craziness in the market, and if there's a market correction coming, or what's going on with all this nuts sales and non-sales, I guess, why don't we get into our very own market report? What do you guys say? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Tales from the Flipside market report. Let's get into it. All right. This is interesting. Jack Kirby, Esquire, September 1966 illustration of Spider-Man and other Marvel heroes, original art. Wow. $168,000.
Ooh, motherfucking.
Yeah, it was just too beautiful to not include. There'll be a lot of great stuff on Thursday with the most recent Heritage results, but this is one that I thought everybody should be hip to. Just too damn cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep. Really cool. All right, next one. This book has got to just be this has got to be eaten away at Carter and Nico. I mean, I could just see they're just slowly melting in their chairs. And
yeah, we were I was an hour late, and you were 8 minutes late, Carter?
I don't know. My rationale for not being upset is just I figured that maybe the dealer and the buyer, they talked over the phone the night before, and he saved it for him or something, tucked it away, because I looked all through that particular dealer's stuff, and I just didn't see it. So I just figured, he just he tucked it away for the guy that actually bought it.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself.
Didn't he steal this from a widow though?
It's also it's also just wild, but this was not that copy. This is a different copy. For those who are unfamiliar, the Amazing Spider-Man 667 1 in 100 Delato variant from 2011 has left people stunned. In 2013, you could have gotten this book for between $1,000 and $700.
Yeah, or you could have got it for ratio the day of.
Got it at the ratio a couple years before. But no copies in 9.8 condition sold for another 4 years. And in 2017, it came out the gate at $10K. At least no copies sold that were recorded on GPA.
Yeah.
In 2020, there were 2 sales, one for $20,000, one for $15,000. And then this is the most recent Heritage sale. There's 22 9.8s, 22 9.6s, and about 60 slabbed copies on the census. And if you're not some elite, we don't understand it either, Anna, for the record. But if you're not, I don't know, a Hollywood celebrity or NBA player, there's a Mexican version that's pretty damn inexpensive if you like the Delato cover.
So that means Ultimate Fallout 4 variant is worth that much?
Well, we'll talk about one that's a lot more interesting, and one that I don't understand why it hasn't sold yet a little bit later. But it's not the Djurvec. Anyway, you ready? Yeah. So this was the other big standout from the Heritage auction that is not one of the Promise Collection books. And I think people were sort of taken aback by the price tag for this, at the paltry 6-figure price tag of $108,000. Why did it sell for less than an Ultimate Marvel Spotlight 598? Why did it sell for?
Silver Surfer sucks.
That's not what fans of Jack Kirby would say, but I think what people will tell you is that there was a warehouse find that 49's a rare book in high grade. In 2017, this was a $30,000 book on the high end. The low sale in 2017 for a 9.8 was $18,000. A year later, the book had almost, doubled from the low. of $18,000 to $37,000, and then here we are 3 years later with this 6-figure sale.
Crazy.
Look at that dude's head in a toga in those ugly blue suits, dude. His team is
I'm a
trash.
Yeah, hater.
He's wearing them cheap slippers.
Yeah, whatever.
Haters.
Dude. Togas are only good for Animal House.
I'm
John
with you,
Belushi
McClay.
can rock a toga. Everybody else can fuck off.
I'm with you, McClay.
All right, next book. Here you go. This is a book people talk about, ask about all the time.
Yeah, so
Saga
here-
#1, RRP edition.
Auction's ongoing. I just thought I'd give you guys a little taste. We got 3 days to go. It's speaking of new books, certainly not an older book. It's a one of 500 retailer roundtable program variant. In 2019, it was a $2,000 9.8. 12 months later, the average is $3,300. The 90-day average is $3,600, and this auction's ongoing. We'll see where it lands. Note that there hasn't been a new issue in years, and that Brian Vaughn can't get why the Last Man on Television, and indicated that the reason that he made this book was because it couldn't be transformed into a television or a movie. It had to be a comic book. And our response is, so maybe it can be a TV show or a movie, right?
Right.
You always wish.
But people love it.
Animated.
Man. People love it.
Animated.
Animated. There you go. There you go.
You
All
can
right,
take
next book.
anime.
Marvel
All right, so-
Mystery Comics number 61, a CGC 2.0, sold for $495.
Yeah, so my point is for us player haters out there, I'm part of the player hating fucking old school team. How the fuck can you not want this book at a $500 price tag, but instead be willing to spend, the insane amounts of money that people spend on, for example, I love the lotto, but get the fuck out of here. And the examples go on and on and on, right?
I'm only buying Golden Age again now.
Dude, legitimately, like when I say that I think there's
book, you get this for $500.
When I say there's opportunity in the Golden Age, there's no one that disagrees with me at this point.
Yeah.
No one. So I don't know how long that's going to last, but man, how cool is this?
Yeah, that's beyond cool, man. All right, next one. This is a lot of 10 Secret Wars #3, which is the first appearance of Titania. There's rumors that she's going to show up in the She-Hulk MCU stuff. This lot of 10 sold for $580.
That is a great auction. This dude, good job, man.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I've been highlighting.
That's when I freak out and I would go, "Oh, I got these," and I do the same thing with my investment lots. Go for it. Enjoy the investment lot, right? And you know what? Somebody thinks
warehouse
better
find
than me. How about it, man? It's all yours, dude. Take it off my hand.
Yeah, warehouse finds, investment lots. You ready? This is my other favorite one. Original owner, one owner, that kind of shit. Like the one owner is me.
That's okay if it's a car, right? Who cares? I don't care who owned a comic book before. You know what I mean? So,
get me in trouble. So 9/8 are $460. The Canadian price variance $800. These ain't Canadian price variance. The 9/6 is a $200 bill. Somebody's doing the work here. I don't think we'll see Skaar in She-Hulk. I do think we'll see Titania. This book's tough and high grade, believe it or not, at least for me. May not be for this guy, may not be for you, but I was so happy I found one high grade copy. I've got 9, but I found one in a $2 bin this weekend. Almost danced out of the store.
Who came up with that? Who came up with that rumor about Skaar and She-Hulk?
The direct.
Who came up? Dude, they need to be off the internet. Real talk.
Well, he's also the writer. We looked him up. He's got some bullshit about the end credit scene for WandaVision demonstrates that they're going to use Mephisto, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And it was at that point when Brian and I were on the phone, and I was like looking up. I was like, all right, we can officially feel safe to roast this fucking article because you know what I mean. I hope he's right, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not going to be buying that stuff.
Yeah.
Who's worse, comic speculators or TV speculators? I feel like it's trickled down.
Yeah, yeah,
like
the
this,
same
like
thing
this
now.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, next book on the list tonight is X-Men number 4, CGC 5.5. First appearance of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, sold for $4,200.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the all-time high for this book in this grade, which was $4,500, but it is high. The 12-month average, $2,800 and some change. 90-day average, under 4K. Super cool book, and I think for longtime X-Men Silver Age collectors, this is like the Magneto book. It's not really X-Men 1, and now you get Quicksilver with a couple different iterations, and Wanda really taking kind of the center stage in the MCU here going forward. I think it's certainly a cool book and one to watch.
That's one of the greatest books in comic history. I don't care what anybody says. I love that book. I love that cover. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, here we got another investor lot coming up, ladies and gentlemen. These ones are kind of weird. These ones are kind of weird. This is interesting. So we got two lots. We got one, which is 10 issues of Marvel .1, the Bradshaw variant. That's sold for $590. And then we have another one, which is the same issue, but the regular cover sold for $545. That makes no sense to me. None. I think you'd rather have the Bradshaw variant, right?
So ironically, that's traditional sort of logic. It's always been my logic. And we talk about these like price anchors. At least I have been with my friends, because apparently this market moves so quick. I don't know how to really even evaluate books. I think that's how Dealer Flipside sort of became envisioned. But let me kind of tell you what I'm these numbers first, and then tell you what I mean. So the 9/8 for the A cover are $300 to $350. 9/6 $125 to $150. There's comparable numbers for the B covers. I mean, we're talking about real comparable numbers. 365 9/8 for the B cover, 222 9/8 for the A cover, 450 slabbed copies total for the A cover, 537 slabbed copies total for the B cover. The B cover being the one that Brian and I always assumed was a better cover, a more popular cover, a more expensive book, and the prices are really about the damn same. Now, the 1 in 50 gets a lot more expensive. It's about a $1,500 book, but what I'm seeing in the market more and more is that I just remember what prices used to be and do a bad job of remembering or like knowing what the hell they are right now. A good example is this book. Another great example is Secret Wars 8. If I told you that I found 2 copies of Secret Wars number 1 for $20 a piece, you'd be like, I don't fucking care, George. But if I told you I found 2 copies of Secret War 8 for $20 a piece, you'd be like, that's awesome. Black Spidey suit, love that book. They're the same price in 9/8. Have been for a while, right? But like we have these price anchors, and you do too. And I think that that's like something that we're all going to have to get a little bit better at going forward, because stuff's changing quick.
Yep. Faux show. All right. Next book. Ghost
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, Ghost Comics number 2 sold for $711. This is an absolutely gorgeous cover.
Okay,
1952 cover.
Arguably the deal of the week, right? So a 2.0 copy sold for $650 back in 2019. A 2.5 for $900. A 3.0 will run you about $1,100 going into calendar year 2021. The Norford Pedigree sold for $13,200 in July. There's one outlier sale, a 5.0 in October of last year, sold for $1,500. But I think this was one hell of a buy, a real smart buy from whoever picked it up.
Amen. Great cover. All right, here we go. Here's another one on the list this week. All Winners Comics #1.
So
timely book.
Yeah, a book that's on the
4,300. 4,300, yeah.
A book that's on the move for sure. So a 2.5 was about $3,400 in 2019. In April, a 5.0 sold for $12,000. And then in December of 2020, an 8.5 sold for $12,200. You want to talk about opportunity in the market? I mean, think about what you could end up with, like what, a 9.2 of Hulk 181 today for the same price. Around Christmas, you could have picked up an 8.5 of All Winners #1. Get the fuck out of here.
I gotta stop everything right now for a second because Anna Love just said, "Oh, I have the original art of this." Now, is that this book, or is it the Ghost Comics #2? I gotta know this now because this is absolutely astonishing.
I can't open my mouth or my tongue's gonna hit the floor.
I know,
Holy
right?
crap.
So let us know.
I didn't realize All Winners Comics was that cheap that recently. Maybe that's why I've been searching, and then I don't know why my dumbass gave up on it, because fuck, I would have been golden, pun intended, in December. Then I don't know.
Wow, if she meant the Ghost book, still either way, I don't care to have the art on this too. Oh my god.
Yeah, the one big thing, like I said, man, I bring it up damn near every week. It always throws you off because as a sales, I don't actually do this, but any seller I know that runs those the high priced or just regular price, the high price or the regular price, we call it, as a seller, you call it catching a fish.
Yes.
So basically, what you're doing is catching a fish. Like, this comic's worth $200. Let's start the bidding at $199.99. Run it every week until you catch a fish. And you get lucky, you get like 4 bids on it that week or something to catch. It is what it is. It's a pretty decent sales technique. But that price didn't surprise me, even though.
Oh no, I think this was a best offer.
It's not like you can just get up there and like this book just shows up.
Sean, the way that this one went, I don't think it was like that. I think this was a penny auction, and then someone saw it listed and immediately was like, "How much do you want for it?" And the guy's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Make me an offer," and he made it, and it was accepted because when I clicked on it, it would distort it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they do have it's on GPA. It's $4,300.
Yeah, no, they paid. I remove them if GPA doesn't indicate they paid. I just take them fucking right off.
And a 2.5 $3,400 in 2019, so it doesn't seem too far off.
Well, we talk about the market correcting itself in cards and some of the things that we're seeing across the board with a lot of cards in the card market. Could this be a market correction, ladies and gentlemen? Amazing Spider-Man #300, a CGC 9.8, sold for $5,600.
Wait, is that down or is that up?
Oh, that's way down. Wasn't this like a?
I could have swore it's been that price for a hot minute. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking that this was.
No. So I mean, that's not. Well, let me rephrase that. You're both right. And I didn't even fuck with the data just because there's so much of it. But basically what happened is this book went from $2,000 in 9.8 to $4,000 in 9.8. And then it crept up almost to $8,000 and has settled in this $5,500 range. Okay. And it really kind of, I think, was a matter of like the rando, I assume, or baseball card people, figuring out the difference between newsstands and direct. The newsstand selling for substantially more than the direct to comic people for whatever fucking reason. I don't know that it necessarily matters, but my question, I guess, is ASM 300 the copper Hulk 181?
I mean, I suppose.
And all those like shitty ideas I had about Hulk 181, it's too damn common. I don't understand why people are obsessed with this book that I now have about ASM 300. Will I kick myself in the ass about it, 5-10 years down the road for not having as many copies as I can?
No. I think
I still think there's a ton of those out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of both,
books,
though.
right? Yeah.
Well, that's why. So 181, I think a 9.8 record sale is like, I had it up earlier. I took it down. I think it's about 50 grand. So like, if you told somebody, like Carter dropping, what was, King and in what order they were in. I mean, it's just a different deal in 9.8 when there's hundreds of 9.8s compared to 4 9.8s, right? That's what we're learning. And so with Hulk 181 only selling for 50 grand because another one's going to come up. Somebody is, like you said, Keanu Reeves or Nick Cage was like, screw this, I got 250. Let's buy
my
this shit.
book, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and there's in the same thing. So the 181 is going to fluctuate more, I think. I'm not going to guarantee that if a Marvel Spotlight 5 goes up tomorrow, 9.8 goes up tomorrow again, that it's going to surpass that, but it's not going to go for. It's not going to drop significantly. I wouldn't believe, because you got the guy who in second place who needs one now, or the guy in first place who wants two. And that's that's how rich guys play this game, and yes, if you spend $250,000 on a comic book, I consider you kind of rich. So
another thing that we talk about a lot, I think we talked about it on the Hot 10 this last week with Chris from Journals Comics, is that the whole population count thing. Now, I agree with Rain and Threes that pops do matter, and a lot of people in the comic industry are learning that from the sports card industry. But there are certain things that could have high pop counts that are still, those iconic collectibles that will always be worth money. I mean, a perfect example is this, right?
Same with like 266, Spawn,
Bo Jackson rookies.
You can go through them, dude. I mean,
yeah.
You want to keep running?
Yeah. So here's the next one. Next book on the list is a book we all love, Marvel Comics. From Marvel Comics, Wolverine #8 with the what's this Hulk's character's Mr. Fix-It? Is that his name? What's this character's name? I think that's his name. The Hulk cover from Wolverine, and $461 at a 9.8.
I mean, what I want to talk about are books like this, right? That you can still go out and buy for $20 in a long box and sub them for $500 because I think they're out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had this displayed in my old apartment for years because my roommate was 5'3". Right, and so I threw this one in our living room. Right, it's a 9.6, but it was a cheap book that I bought for that reason. Hey, but it's an old CGC case, so now I can list it and go old case, possible 9.8.
Yeah,
question mark.
Question mark.
Fire.
Never know.
579/8. The 12-month average is $280. 90-day average $420. 21 sales of this book in 9.8 in the last 90 days. There was a high sale of $750, and it's absolutely an homage to the movie Twins. Thank you, Anna. Low sale this year in 9.8, $210. That's the kind of like all over price tag I like. Try to buy on the cheap.
All right, next book we've got another one of those books that we've all seen during the same time period, I believe. From Marvel Comics is Captain America Annual #8, an iconic Mike Zeck cover, sold for $735 in CGC 9.8.
Yeah, so is this the insane copyright spotlight? What's happening here?
Well,
you buddy. I'm showing my age.
I can't wrap my brain around this
because it's a book you can buy for $20 and slab it and make between $500 or $1,000 gross on a sale. I want to give people these books. I think there's a laundry list of them. Dealers, in my neck of the woods, don't give a shit. How many of these books can you buy for $20, Carter?
I can piss on them.
Thank you.
I can show you where to find them right now online. But it's not a sliding scale though. It's not like it's a 9.8 735, so a 9.6 is 600, and a 9.4 is 500 or something like that. You know what I mean? A 9.4 is probably $175 or something.
But a 9.9 sold for $3,000 in September of 2009. There's two of them. You could be number 3. Probably not.
Could not be. Because they're not giving away the 9.8s anymore.
Nope. There's only
and I'm not saying they always.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying they always gave them away or anything like that. But I'm just saying it's like capacity 9.8s, and I mean especially on these annuals, that they've just been floating around and not graded for all these years. There's usually just the thickness of the book all these years going to have like at least minor type top and bottom spine splits that have spread like minusculely over the years, just moving the book around. It's harder if it's taking a hit on the edge. The thick books you guys know what a press looks like. If a book's super thick, you can't get to the edge as well as you can on a flat book. It's just a fact. So, if iconic covers like this, to me, even though obviously a book you can find easily, getting a perfect grade, because fuck the 9.9, getting the perfect grade in these things in a 9.8, it's difficult to come by. So this one makes more sense to me than like paying $200 more for this than does the Hulk and Wolverine number 8 of before. I don't know. At least to comic people, to me, this has definitely been a more iconic cover, I think.
When in the 90s, this was the book, right?
I mean, it's one of many. Dude, this is a great book. Yeah.
But I mean, like in the 90s, this was one that was like, oh yeah, no, that's exceptional.
It's a staple of like any like 90s kids collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Next book on the list is Dark Horse from Dark Horse Comics.
Oh, get the fuck no!
Aliens number 1.
No. No.
So for $200.
Crossover.
Hey, this, you ready? This is not like up. This is not down. This is the fucking price. Has been. I didn't even bother to look at the numbers because I know it's been the price.
Okay.
Tough 9.8. Yeah.
Hey, player, do your thing. Whoever the fuck bought that,
they keep buying
your thing.
Two stacks, dude. You're like, damn. Jesus. Again? Sold another one of these? Remember the fucking the magazine that was like the actual first appearance? Remember that?
Yeah, it was.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah,
it's like a $500 book. But anyway, keep going.
Okay.
All right, we showed the 300. Now we got the 301 and 9.8 at $2,400 for a CGC 9.8 Amazing Spider-Man number 301.
Yeah, nice. I gotta look and see if I wrote down some of these prices. Oh, God. Hold on. Where's my? I don't know if I even fucking wrote them down. I thought I did.
Let me actually have. I had 300 open. Let me look at this. So,
they double.
So 24.25. That is the record's 25.52. But there's only and 2,200 other than that. This doesn't surprise me. What's it? I said it to John Z before when he had this on here. And I said, remember when it would sell more the same as 300 and 9.8? Because people would say, oh, it's a more difficult 9.8, which is not the case. It's definitely not a more difficult 9.8 than 300. It's nowhere near the thickness. It doesn't. I forget the back cover, but like the back cover on 300 is the problem. Like that black back cover, it's glossy, it slides around. You can't just like what you're gonna find ones that haven't moved in that long. Cleaning up that white isn't isn't that difficult. Yeah, but it's just not the icon. It's the same goddamn cover. It's not the iconic cover. It's not a first appearance. He's coming back with the red costume, which doesn't touch it. So he said that it actually didn't. But I'm looking back to where this was almost $1,000, 977 highest sale in 2015. 800 in 2016, 800 again, then 2019, 1900. Like, so this has always been an expensive 1300 in 2014. This has been I'm talking high sales also, not average sales. This has been a high price 9.8 for a long time. It's the iconic runner up, and to me it's a little closer. To me it's a little bit closer than I don't know, than people would think. And the statement you just put up there, people definitely are trying to do the McFarlane 9.8 run, and I don't blame them. And if you think you have any of those McFarlane books, whatever you think you sold them for, if you think you have a perfect or near perfect copy, even just near mint, shit, just try to fix it up and grade it. That's what I would do. I haven't really bothered to list any of mine because I never felt they commanded the price that was worth the heart of my childhood, because it was so sad. Like, if you didn't get them off the newsstand, you couldn't find these in bins even in 1990. You know what I mean? So yeah, the McFarlane fund, people are trying to do that. So yeah, great book. This one doesn't surprise me, and especially with $6,000 to $8,000 or $5,500 being for 300. So
yeah,
but it's been jumping too, right?
The price
tag?
Yeah, it has, but like I was trying to say, it's jumped with the same amount that other shit from this era has jumped.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like I said, they got $1,900 sales in 2018. Not tons of those, but you'll see. And and everybody's marking the newsstand. Not that this is one of them, but yeah, definitely. But yeah, great book. Never leave a 301 behind.
All right, here's the next one on the list this week. Another McFarlane's Amazing Spider-Man book. This is 317 and 9.8, sold for $631. Don't need to say much on this, right?
It was $150 in 9.8 in 2019, $200 in 2020. The 12-month average $300, 90-day average $400. It's jumping.
Yeah, and it's exactly like Mark said. People are really trying to collect this run in high grade. This has always been a run that people pick up if they found any of these books in dollar bins or $2 bins. You grab any of the McFarlane run, right? All the time. So
never left any behind under like 10, probably like $8 or $10, to be honest. Yeah. Unless they were destroyed, but obviously.
Yeah. Next book on the list. Here we go. Transformers #1, CGC 9.8, sold for just above $3,000.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he paid as of the time of my
that's a lot
search. But here's why I threw it on there, right? There's
did it end yesterday?
Yeah. Do they pay?
No, I'm just wondering.
Oh,
let the guy sell something for you.
Exactly. The 90-day average, $3,139. There have been 7 sales in 9.8. The last Canadian price variant sold for $2,400. Now, here's what's interesting, and here's what I kind of want to talk about. The second and third prints, there's 65 second prints, only 4 9.8s on the census. 74 third prints, 9 9.8s on the census. How many? There's 10 Canadian price variants, 9.8s on the census. How many 9.8s on the census do you think there are of this book?
Wait. Of this, just regular #1, right?
Yeah. I told you there's fucking what were the numbers?
800.
See, Sean's smart. 541. There's, but way more than the 4 9.8s in second print. 9/8 in third print. Now, here's the reason why I think that's interesting. The 9/8 for the second print, last sale $661. That was in December. Third print 9/8 sold for $14.50 in May. Again, you're talking about like single digit numbers compared to a 541 pop count for 9/8. I'm not trying to tell anybody to run out and buy late printings of this book or G.I. Joe 21 or whatever, but it's just interesting and food for thought.
Whoever the fuck bought that better have every sealed Transformers G1 toy AFA graded. If you have the money to blow on that, you better have some sealed Transformers. That's ridiculous. You got to be out your fucking mind.
What if he lives in an apartment in Manhattan, and even though he's rich, and his wife only lets him keep one slab long box?
Homie, you better get a storage locker. Hey, move the wife out.
It's dark.
Get you another. You can always get another wife.
Some wives find out somebody's buying a Transformers 9/8 for $3,000. They might have to get a new wife.
There are Anna Loves out there that will let you enjoy your toys, and they play with toys themselves. So on to the next one.
My wife hears the eBay cha-ching, and she smiles.
Right?
Strong.
Ultimate Comics, all new Spider-Man #1, the 1 in 30 Pacelli variant, sold for $2,800.
All right, I basically wanted to talk a little bit about this one because it's a 1 in 30. They're all fucking mislisted as the Pacelli variant. That's not the fucking Pacelli variant. I don't give a shit if fucking Pacelli drew it or not. I don't know. Sarah Pacelli, great artist. Don't care. That ain't what it is. It's just the variant. The Pacelli variant is the one that also has the black and white, right? So you kind of got to be careful about that when you look at
Pacelli variant
GPA.
has the mask off, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You got to be careful when you're looking it up on fucking GPA.
Pacelli, you're thinking of Ultimate Fallout 4, Brian.
No.
Pull
it up, right? Yeah, pull it up.
Oh, dude, you're right, but he's still swinging. But
he's swinging.
But
correct.
Pacelli mask off
pull up the black and white so people can see that one.
Yeah. There's a Pacelli. There's the Pacelli Ultimate Fallout 4 white variant where it's a close up of his face, but this one has a black and white.
I'm talking about pull up the black and white.
I know, but
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm explaining.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Let me bring it up.
Long story short, you got to be careful. Now, here's why I say that. Because Go Collect lists them backwards. They call this the Pacelli variant. GPA calls the other one the Pacelli variant. The reason the GPA calls the other one the Pacelli variant is because so does CGC on the fucking label. Go Collect is kind enough to actually give you a goddamn picture. But the one that you really want is this one, and you can buy it for $40,000. So if you're looking to spend stupid money on a super rare first appearance of a modern book, there's this thing that's been sitting out there. There's been one copy of this book that's been recorded on GPA. That was back in 2013.
Yeah, this thing's a fucking ghost, dude.
Yeah, right. So unlike the Delato 667 that sold for $30,000 that has 60 copies on the census, this one has 6. There's can you go back to the other picture?
All right.
I just dropped it.
Well, fuck, who cares? There's 4 9/8s, 196, and 192. There's literally 10%, right? So it's actually a first appearance. That's all I'm saying.
Does the fucking truncated picture slab not have the artist information on it? Because they don't. Whatever they do, the pictures on it, they don't put half the info they do. And it's not like their CBCS where they put like all the information front and back because they're way too lazy and they're a fake monopoly.
Says Pacelli sketch variant.
Well, no, I was talking about the other one.
Oh, I got you. This one?
Yeah. because it's the truncated slab. Like, because they take like half the information.
Yeah.
Because they don't.
Interesting.
Because they're lazy. At least they move Spidey out from behind the fucking hologram.
Yeah. Thank God.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
On to the next one.
Your first time.
Oh shit! All right,
mystery.
Back on,
Mystery number. Is this Mystery Comics number? Mr. Mystery number 12. Is that what it is? Mr. Mystery. Is that what it goes by?
Yeah, Mr. Mystery.
Okay. All right.
That's the little guy with the top hat.
Yep.
Long story short, super beloved book. There's 66 copies of the book on the census. This raw sale is right in line with what the price tag has been for years and years and years. A 1.5 in March, graded, sold for about $1,400. A 1.8 in January was about $2,200. You can see the big, like missing parts of the top there. I think it'll present better than grade. Neither here nor there. All I'm saying is be hip to Golden Age books. I think that's where there's still opportunity in this market. You want to keep going?
Yeah. Next book is Lawbreakers Suspense Stories number 11. Yeah,
another interesting book, right? Like super beloved PCH horror story. I mean, good God, handing her a tongue. There's 62 Universal Blue Labels. In December of 2020, a 3.0 sold for about $1,800. A 4.0 in May of this year was $2,300. A 6.0 in May, 4K. I think I did that right. Something to be hip to. I think at less than $1,000, absolutely a real piece of history and art.
All right, next one. We've got Midway Mortal Kombat Collector's Edition comic. Yeah. This is the 9.6, sold for $1,900. This is a tough book to find.
Yeah, Carter, you know what the story is with this one?
What's up? What's happening?
All right, so you had to fucking play the video game, write down the address, send a fucking money order to the address to get the comic back in the mail. There are no 9/8s. There's not even one. It's the real first appearance of Mortal Kombat.
I think I drew that myself on an envelope and submitted it to Wizard, and they turned it into a comic book. When I was 14.
Yeah, so I mean, it's cool and all. You can still buy them, unbelievably. Not necessarily in this higher grade, but they're out there. There are very few copies. Like there's 19 copies on the census, and it feels like half of them are for sale at all times. If they ever get a Mortal Kombat movie right, or do anything other than have a video game that people love, I think this one's going to be kooky, but look for an opportunity. I don't love Mortal Kombat enough to pay market, but I thought it was interesting that one actually that's highest graded came to market and sold this week.
Bro, I got rid of every Mortal Kombat book I had at once, and nice. I couldn't thank God enough.
Did somebody actually paid?
Yes, Lord. And I got positive feedback.
Woo!
I have some ridiculous Mortal Kombat book for sale. I don't even know what I'm selling. I have it for like $400.
Nice.
And then I get people, like, the offers were so all over the place. So many rolled in at like 300. Then I'm like, wait, all these people are competing. And then it didn't.
Maybe I should ask for more money.
And then so I was like, well, I counter because there's all these people that want this, and then there's people that don't want it. I don't even know what the fuck the thing is. It's some Mortal Kombat thing. I'll just know when there's nothing on the internet, charge more for it. Like, when you're the only one that has something, charge more money for it. Like that's especially in comics, So
that is faux show.
All right, next book we've got True Crime Comics number 3, quote unquote, or they say unrestored, so $480. Beautiful cover.
It just makes me sad that I missed it. Dino calls me today. I don't know if his wife saw it or he saw it, but he's like, wife wants me to buy a copy. So Dino's in the market for one. I like it. It's tough to find a classic crime book. Romance, Golden Age books, I think there's opportunity there. Crime, Golden Age books, I think there's opportunity there. Not that I don't think there's opportunity throughout the Golden Age market. I just think that there is particular opportunity in those two subgenres. Not where there's a lot of eyes, and there's some real classic beauties. This being one of them.
And because a couple of my weird save searches, I feel like there's a lot of like Crime Does Not Pay books coming up for auction, and just like everybody else, it's summer, so I should be buying more than selling. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. I mean, Crime Does Not Pay is pretty much the premier crime series. I mean, Crime Patrol 15, things like that. There's other books that you know are more important. But Crime Does Not Pay 24. There's a 23 up for like $2,000, and I'm sitting here going like, good Lord, just buy this. But it's also vacation season, so it's like, you know what I mean? Oh God, but yeah, there's a lot of crime books being auctioned right now during the summer, which is kind of strange. So if you guys keep your eyes peeled for those, you might do okay.
And the last book that George had on the list this week is absolutely bonkers. Fantastic Four, number 5, a 2.5, sold for $7,500.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal.
That's a little short.
Yeah, I thought, you know, to be able to, I mean, that is the villain key of all time, unless we're talking about the Joker, basically now. I think.
Yep.
Definitely silver. Yeah, that shit just keeps going up and up and up, man. I don't know what to say. Somebody posted in the thing today? It was like the 5.5 stand. Carter, was you right? Says
yeah.
Stand for like 22 or 24 grand or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know 5s are in the $30,000 range now. So yeah, that's King. That book is King Kong right now. King Kong and the Villains. That's it. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna run through some other ones. These are some other books that we had. Some people give us in some hangouts. We appreciate getting viewers and friends letting us know some of these books. Which I want to remind everybody, if you guys know any YouTube content creators that are in the comics realm that you would like to see either on the Hot 10 every Friday night with us or on Deal or Flipside, let us know. Give us some advice. Let us know in the comments below on the YouTube video. We're doing our best to try and open up the eyes of some other content creators in our community, and also have some fun with them, collaborate and make some content, and put them in the hot seat for Deal or Flipside, and then just have them come hang out on the Hot 10, the CBSI Hot 10 every week. So let us know. All right, this right here was interesting. Sean, you put this up, I think.
Jesus Christ.
And basically, I think the way that you kind of looked at it is you said, here, Key Collector puts out, a thing about this book, and I think he corrected it, right? Did he ever correct it?
Didn't look. Showed it. But here's the thing is, I'm not going to go full like it was. Okay, so someone texted me this earlier today. I forget who posted. I forget it was one of you guys posted the top sale, which I think was at what, 1,400.
Yeah.
The best offers accepted like 1,400 today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the word coming out, being for She-Ra, and it just, I'm sorry, to me it's not for She-Ra. There was CBSI had an article that I don't think he originally wrote, but that Inigo updated like a year and a half ago. It was like January 2020. There's so many other that he meant. You know what? Because we were talking about this. I have the books. I can actually show. I put them next to here. The ones that I think are clearly bigger first appearances. Yeah, if this is up, and I'm not going by mini comics. So yeah, if you want to scroll this to me, I'm sorry. So He-Man and She-Ra, Secret of the Sword. This came out as an animated feature in the movie theaters in, I don't know, 86 or something, right? Whatever right after She-Ra came out. So this actually was in the movie theater for a little bit of time. This is a giveaway book. It is a full-size comic book. It is American. Look at the characters behind it. And I think Masters of the Universe is a little bit, I know I talk about it too much, but a little bit of a different deal, because it starts as toys and cartoons, well more. So in this book that they're telling her origin, which is also the cartoon origin, To me, Masters of the Universe is more of a cartoon origin. Like, if you have like the X-Men that we all loved as cartoons in the 90s, like those came from comic books. Well, He-Man came from the cartoons and toys, and the cartoons were to sell the toys, obviously. So to me, this is She-Ra's first appearance in comic book, if you don't include mini comics, because the mini comic came in the one all the way left.
Figures, right?
Different ones. Yeah. And, I brought this. I didn't know for sure if you threw this on the report, so I'd actually grabbed. So it's the pink one. You can see it's back. It's like in the back. These are the power.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it. It comes with the toy.
Yeah.
So so if you're gonna go mini comic or whatever, you think that's gonna be the deal, and obviously it's the one that's in English on the left. The British ones, it says that. I'm not completely possible. I think these are magazine sized, and
they are,
and newsprint as well.
Yes.
So if you're gonna go straight comics, okay, and you're not gonna go mini comics, it's so far that. And then
I wish I had this one right here so bad.
So Adora is in that comic book, right? Adora's in that comic book. So this is what we had. I'm gonna throw these on Instagram. So this is what we had as the first one. So this is the first. To me, this is the first She-Ra in a comic book because it's but for the reason I just explained.
You want to know something funny about that, Sean? And I don't know if I've told Sean this, but I sent Sean a copy of that book years ago. I think a couple years ago, maybe a year ago, was the actual copy that my cousin got when we went and saw the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's neat.
Yeah.
Was there popcorn butter on it? I don't remember. I don't know how to get I don't know how to get popcorn butter off comic books.
No, I gave it to you to keep, so you should have it. Hopefully, you have it in your collection.
Oh, then I definitely have it. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. That's great. So like you said, with these two, so Adora is in that, not named, but I'm sorry, are we going cover first appearance or not cover first appearance? Because if you go cover first appearance, if you're not going to consider, which I do, if you're not going to consider the movie handout, a comic, this is out, a year and a half, 18 issues, 17 issues before. This is pretty clearly She-Ra on the cover, and Adora is in the issue, which is She-Ra's character. Okay, like I don't know what to say. It's still, it's still Adora. It just hasn't become full on whatever. And the thing is, I don't know if Inigo wrote the article or if he was just doing if he's doing whatever. So that's number 18. This is number 14. Okay. I don't know if you noticed that it says She-Ra, and it has her on the cover 4 issues before, and this is her origin story. Okay, so she wasn't in her own origin story with her name on the cover, with her just as She-Ra, because it's Adora, something like that. So it's She-Ra's origin. It says it right on there. Now, if you go back to the one that sold, I always mess up the Stepjan Sajic. I'm sorry for messing up the foreign names, but that is. That's the second, but I like the Dotson better. I like the variant from number 1 better. But this cover is spectacular. Other than the fact that it has He-Man and Prince Adam on the left side for some reason, I have no idea why. They should be on the same cover. But so that is spectacular. But so people, I did notice the Key Collector had it as first appearance, but I did. Other people have been listening to it as her first appearance because she grabs her sword and she's She-Ra and all that. But I'm sorry, that's a light first appearance, kind of, from hopefully what I showed you. Being named on a cover of 4 before, being on the variant to the number 1, and this is number 18. Like it isn't what it isn't, man. So
the 14 hasn't been worth shit though compared to the 18, because I would pull the 14. I always thought it was the book, and I had like a stack of them, and I would never grab the 18 because it was later in time. And then I went to price them, and I was like, well, that was a terrible decision on my part. I should have just gone ahead and gotten both.
Well, and here's
I don't know if that changed now. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think so. Well, it clearly has. Somebody spent $1,400 on it, but
Jesus Christ.
To me, it changes. But see, I did the opposite of you for a different reason.
Because
14 wasn't even her
14
first appearance to me. In 18, it has just a spectacular, beautiful, wonderful cover. I didn't grab all the 14s because that still wasn't her first appearance to me. So I grabbed all the 18s. So I've done what I gave them out as
I feel like you did better.
Friends. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I think I did. I did. Those are my PC books though. Like that's why, but only because this came up today, and because, like I said, that people noticed they didn't have the Motu on the wall. Because I've been pulling them out, I was going to take pictures of some of this stuff. You know what I mean? And it's not here to be argumentative because it's not completely clear. The mini comic would be the first, but it's not because it's a mini comic and it came with the toy, and that's not really how we do this. It makes it valuable. It makes it more valuable. That's
first
for sure.
in print, maybe.
Yeah, sure. First in print. You know what I mean? Whatever's first in print. But
anyway, that's what we love to do. That's what we love to do when we see some stuff out there that we have some info on. We try and drop a little bit of it. And shout out to Nick and hopefully we can get some changes on some of that stuff. I mean, he's open to a lot of that stuff. So shout out to him for doing that.
And I will say there were a bunch of listings on eBay before that people had it as the first. And then the CBSI article, probably through no fault of Inigo's, did not list the 14 at all. So
yeah. Well, here's some more.
One more thing. If you remember the William George art posters from back in the day, Battle Armor He-Man and He-Man, they both shared a scene together.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Shout out to Jock Joe for a couple of these. This was some interesting stuff there. Yeah. Venom Lethal Protector #1, the gold. Here's a couple of CGC signatures series sold for $2,500 and $2,900 respectively. CGC 9.8 signature series. One has McFarlane, Bagley, Stanley, and another one has Al Milgrom, I think, on it. I can't tell, but a lot of SIGs on those ones. Here's some more. This is the Invincible Iron Man #9, CGC 9.8. There's some big numbers on that one for all you Riri Williams fans. This is crazy. How about this Batman Adventures #12, CGC 9.8, sold $5,100, 46 bids.
Is that a newsstand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Dude, there was a time a couple of years ago where you couldn't buy a Batman Adventures 12 newsstand 9.8 or a New Mutants 98 9.8 newsstand. Now they're everywhere, and like they keep selling about these big numbers for both of them. But I look forward to a time when they're just like not opportunities to buy anymore.
Yeah.
The newsstands and the BA12s are definitely more rare than the New Mutants 98s.
This one that I just think is if this book can get any hotter, it's going to.
There's a ton of raw copies of this book available, apparently, from international sellers that I just keep staring at on eBay. I'm like, well, maybe I should roll the dice, and then I don't.
Yeah. Well, poor Dino left early. He would be feeling this one, right?
Yeah.
He was lucky enough to have one, and Sean pressed it nice and clean and got a 9.8 on it. What did you remember? What he sold it for?
Nice.
Not $2,500.
Oh,
He wasn't even going to sell it.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. X23 #1 Del Auto variant 9.8 sold for $2,300. Yeah, great book, absolutely gorgeous. All right, before we get into
one more thing. What goes for more, the NYX or this? Holy shit.
Nix is like $1,900.
Yep, it's crazy. Lord. And if you guys don't want this one, go get the.
That's with the cheap fucking knockoff one, right?
Yeah, there is a cheap knockoff one. Yep.
Which usually pulls down the big number, but not for this one.
Before I get into the sports card stuff, I'm going to hit a couple of these action figure stuff. We've got another Boba Fett sold. This is an 82 sold for $2,200 and 13 bids. carded figure. It has the price tag on it, which is cool. I always like it when they have the price tags on it. I think that's even better. Here is some of those figures that I talk about that are just to sell for ridiculous money, that came out around the same time of the Dragon Man figures and some of the the Mysterio figures, right before Legends started getting big. They did these classic Hulk lines, classic Spider-Man lines, classic Fantastic Four lines. This Mecha Hulk figure sells for a ton of money. As you can see, here is a opened version for $152.50, and this is the gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Spider Hulk figure that I talk about all the time. Here's another one sold loose for $175. What a great looking figure! Absolutely stunning. Here is an interesting unopened, sealed 1992 Bret the Hitman Hart WWF figure, sold for $510. What a gorgeous, gorgeous figure on that one.
I had those glasses.
All right. And then we're going to get into the card stuff here. Now, there is a meme here. I don't know what this is. I'm not even going to worry about it. All right. So, all right. Sorry, guys. The card stuff. Now, we all know that the card stuff is going crazy. Is going crazy, but it's being corrected. Now, there's certain stuff in the card market that are going absolutely bonkers right now, and one of those players just happens to be in Sean's world. He is an absolute stud. His name is Shohei Ohtani.
What he's doing is unprecedented.
Unbelievable. It seems like every day he's doing something that's making it fall.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And that one ain't coming back. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, Shohei. Look how far that baseball went.
That was 117 miles an hour off the bat.
So Shohei is going to be in the home run derby this year. And for those of you guys that don't know who Shohei Ohtani is, that guy that just hit that exo velocity off of the bat for record numbers, and that is leading the league in home runs right now, tied with Vladdy Guerrero of the Toronto Blue Jays, is also this guy that's also leading in home runs is also a stud pitcher that just went out and pitched a winning game a couple of nights ago. So from Japan, and we've talked about this guy a lot on the show because we had the luck to pull a really special card of his that went out to the one and only Vinny Kumar. Shout out to Vinny Kumar. These are some Shohei Ohtani cards that I want to talk about. This 2018 Bowman Chrome in the middle is the card we pulled. Not this exact one. The one we pulled is numbered to 50 and is gold and probably sells for 5 times that. And then the one on the right is the Topps Chrome PSA 10, which is selling for $355. That's crazy with 37 bids for a PSA 10. As you can see, he's pitching in all of these. Like, all right, guys, here's his cards, his rookie cards, and he's pitching in 90% of them. So you know that this guy is doing things that hasn't been done since Babe Ruth. This card on the left, a lot of people don't know about. The card on the left is from the 2017 Bowman Chrome Mega Boxes. Or Bowman Mega Boxes. It's a Mojo Chrome card, which you can only get in the special packs in the Mega Boxes. And this is his Japan first card. It shows him in his Japan uniform. This is when he was like 18 years old, I think. And it's a really tough card to find. A raw version of it sold for $265. And I haven't been lucky enough to find that card. I have found a couple of those Japan cards, but if you look at some of his sales right now on eBay, this is absolutely bonkers right now. What some of his cards are going for. I'm just going to show you here. His paper. These are all sold cards today. Just absolutely going crazy. His paper Bowman rookie card PSA 10, which is one of the most common cards, sells for $175 in PSA 10. So everybody's going crazy for him right now. The sky's the limit. If he continues to stay healthy, this is his 3rd year in the league. And unfortunately, he hasn't been healthy for his first 2. But if he continues to stay healthy, this guy is just going to crush. So make sure you have a couple of his cards. If you're lucky enough to pick up a few, the kid is a stud. But me and Stein have been talking about a player on the show for a long time that is another absolute stud, and that is the 20-year-old Wander Franco, who is now, who has been talked about today, has been called up for the first time to the major leagues. This kid was drafted at 17 years old out of Dominican Republic, top prospect in the game, and his cards obviously are just also going bonkers right now. This is his very first Bowman card. First Bowman Chrome is selling for about 150 raw, and then here's a PSA 10 375. These aren't even his first cards. These are his second year cards that are selling for a ridiculous amount. This right here blows me away. Two purple, which are numbered to 250 each, or they both look like Mojo cards, sold for $1,000. $1,000. That blows me away. Here's some of these other crazy cards. I have this card right here. I don't have it graded. I need to get it graded, but this is his Bowman Chrome Mojo card. First Mojo card, which sold for $2,500. It's signed. This kid right now, if you have his cards, here's another Bowman Chrome PSA 10, sold for almost $500. 150 for his $350. Sorry, for a Bowman, a Mint 9 Bowman Chrome, sold for $150. Here's his Mojo. Now this is a Mojo 9 right here. I'm looking to see if we have a Mojo 10. Here's a Mojo 10 that sold for $450. I have probably 40 of these ungraded. So I'm really hoping this kid blows up. All right. I'm really hoping this kid blows up. We'll see what happens. If you guys got any Wander Franco stuff, right now is the time to be looking at grading and selling on both of these. So really cool stuff. And that is the market report for this week. We're going to get into some pickups. Carter, you got any pickups, brother?
I got pickups.
You always got pickups, dude.
Man, I always got pickups. This is sickness.
I know, dude. I feel you.
Damn it.
All right, here we go, guys. Pickups.
All
Carter's
right.
going to start it off.
First up. Let's do this one. So we found a nice VG copy of X-Men number 6. You know what? I think this is a VG minus. So this is early Silver Age Submariner. And I hate the fact that Submariner is considered a mutant, but since he is considered a mutant, I'm glad I picked this up. I'm glad I picked up his first appearance in X-Men.
Shout out to Koi Cakes. For those of you guys that don't know Koi, old school, unpressable defects legend. Koi was nice enough to send me out a graded copy of this that ended up being restored. It was missing part of a page, I think, on the inside. And he just sent it to me for free. He's like, here, give this to your brother, man. And at the time, my brother was recovering from cancer and obviously a comic fan. And Koi just felt like throwing it into a package and saying, here you go, man. Give this to your brother. Give him some fun. So really great book. And I totally forgot about it until you showed me this right now, Carter.
All right, next up. Oh, okay. Ghost Rider from 1967.
Ooh, nice. Love that cover.
Yeah, it's a good cover. And on top of that, so I got these from a dealer friend of mine. Also, in this, we got Amazing Spider-Man number 41, first appearance of the Rhino. So I picked up this set for $350. That's a good deal. And we have Wolverino number 1 from 1988. Got this for $20. And okay, at the time that I bought this, I had no clue that this book was going for $100, like an easy $100. Because I'm still thinking like 3 years ago prices. You know, like the last time I saw a book like this, this book was like for like $20. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I saw the price tag on it was like $30, and I'm like, oh, let me get that for $20 because I don't want to pay $30, you know, because I don't like paying the going rate for anything. And then after I buy it, I get it home, look it up, and see that it's going for like $100 easy. I'm like, oh shit! If I had known that, I wouldn't have haggled the price.
I folded one of these in a comic box. Thought it had a backing board on it. Didn't have a backing board on it. I got it in a collection, and I literally put it in another comic, and it folded this comic in half.
Damn it. Let's do some new shit. So we have Static. This is the one per store, and I picked this up for a cover price. This thing was buried behind some other books at the store on the rack. So I guess nobody decided to dig a little deeper, and there it was. And I picked this up on a Saturday. So what, like 3-4 days after release date, and there it was on the rack for me to pick up for cover price.
Wow. And that was on the Hot 10 this week. One per store, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure somebody will appreciate this. Cyberforce number 8.
Newsstand. That's so tough to find, man.
Hey, check this out. Speaking of Wolverine, I'm gonna do some Wolverine spec real quick. Okay. So I came across this set of books. So we have Wolverine number 13 from 2004.
Marvel Knights.
So this is the first appearance of a character called the Native. I talked about this in my haul video last night. And there she is right here. There she is right there. Looking a little messy. But she was in the Weapon X program with Wolverine. And so it's a retcon. And here's the first cover appearance. Okay. But check this out. This character literally has the exact same powers as Wolverine. And I'm trying to get a good let's see. So we have the first cover appearance on 14 and okay, check this out. Exact same powers. And on top of that, she has the 6 claws.
Yeah.
Now, she's not
claws.
She's not a daughter, she's not a clone or anything like that. And they're not related. And let's hope they're not related because they bang. They hook up.
Yeah.
So let's pray to God that they aren't related. So I thought this was interesting. And I think this was like however many issue story arc. And so she first appears in 13 and she dies. Sabretooth kills her in number 18. Yeah.
Wow.
And this was the book that I had noticed where this character had the claws. And I'm like, what's going on here? So I did like a little bit of a deep dive and I checked
Derek Robertson.
Yeah. And I saw that it was the first appearance was in number 13. And things really pick up in number 14. So,
great spec.
Yeah, this was like damn near 20 years ago. The character hasn't been revived or anything like that. So who knows? But I just thought it was interesting enough.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Sean, you got any pickups?
Just a few. I brought this up a bunch of different weeks, but the Tops 170, my buddy, he keeps doing it, and so Jonas never dropped the Babe Ruth on there.
That's
and
dope.
I was always not a Yankee fan by any means, but a Babe Ruth fan and a fan of the Yankee lore. I remember reading Summer of '56 by Mickey Mantle as a kid and things like that, and Babe Ruth winning his Triple Crown like Mickey Mantle did and things like that. So just always been a fan. Enjoyed this Chops 170 set or Project 70, excuse me. And so I got that, and then I found some books. Actually, I went to Vegas not that long ago, and I was like, I know about more books. And I had a little what do they call it? The BCW store folios full of more stuff because I was actually able to find some old decent stuff. So for a way cheaper price. So I've got and these are all basically near mint books at the same time. So any of these, I think everybody knows by now not to leave any X-Men's in the 100s behind unless somebody's already asking greater prices for them or something like that. So just over and over again. Yeah.
I love the Adam Hughes homage to that in classic X-Men.
Oh, totally, man.
Yeah.
And by the same with this, same with the $5 on some Murder World. A lot of I know it's just the Hunger Games, but I actually liked Avengers Arena, and there's some good first appearances and then second appearances from people from the Avengers kids from Avengers Academy. So yeah, stuff like that. So basically,
Isn't that the first Wolverine Sabretooth fight right there?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. It even
That
has it
or
on there
Wolverine
as
10, I can't remember.
as round one.
Yeah.
I don't know the date, so I can't tell you exactly. But finding
I
these
believe it
near-mint
is.
books for $5 or $6, with the anniversary covers, stuff like that. Same with Spidey 345. Go with that too. Had found a 362 newsstand, as a second
All
one.
day, every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Same cheap shit. So 363. And this is stuff that's funny. This is stuff that I wouldn't have, a year or two ago, I wouldn't even have shown anybody. You know what I mean? I was like, who cares? I got some X-Men for $5, right? You'd be like, so we can all get that for $5 every day. Well, you can't anymore. She-Hulk 13 because I like the 13s. This one's actually spectacular. I haven't taken it out of the bag and I don't care, but it's the last Ghost Rider for $5 and 81. Oh, I'm supposed to be quiet. All right. Well, you know what? There's not. I can't.
Final issue.
I can't say and I can't say I can't see a color break even on this thing. But for $5, I don't have to take it out of the bag. I don't take much out of the bag anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not for $5, $50, $100, $500. Yeah, but no. So we've got the McFarlane Daredevil. He didn't do the cover, I don't think, but he did the interior on this. So he grabbed that. And then good old Psylocke for $6. Psylocke newsstand for $6. I don't think she's ever gonna wear that costume again. But hey, still what it is. And then you guys don't even know what I found. A newsstand Rainbow Bright.
I'd buy that book for
and
sure.
the Star Sealer, dude. You think I was leaving this behind? You don't know me very well.
Sure. Yeah.
I love my 80s shit, dude. So anyway, yeah, those are my big time pickups.
Not bad.
I found them in a Storefolio that I had forgotten where I put them in this room. So
even better.
Kind of like new pickups, right?
Yeah, even better. I got no pickups this week, but that's about the norm lately. I want to remind everybody to thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We got 186 live viewers to the end. Appreciate all you guys. Let us know what you think of the show and the channel. Also, I want to let everybody know Saturday nights, Modern Comic Mayhem. They do a great show over there. They have an interesting drinking game that you can take part in. That's a secret drinking game that nobody other than Kyle, who writes the words, knows of. And you follow along live and just, have a good time. But one of the things they do over there is they do a top 5 list, and the top 5 can just basically be anything in pop culture. I think they did top 5 villains, movie villains one week, and I think one of the guys picked the canopy from Top Gun that killed Goose, and I thought that was absolutely hilarious. So they are asking everybody, fans of the channel, to let them know some good top 5 categories that you want to see on Saturday nights. Make sure you go over there and comment on their latest Saturday night Mayhem show, Monocomic Mayhem, on some top 5 ideas that you can see over there. Again, thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and join us next week, as we'll be here again Monday nights, like every Monday nights. Adios, guys. Peace.